The case of Hong Kong model Abby Choi being killed, hiding her body, suspecting her father-in-law is the mastermind. Abby Choi's ex-husband's family is likely to be sentenced to life in prison for barbaric crimes against female models. On February 25, HK01 reported that Hong Kong police announced details of the tragic murder of female model Abby Choi, Chinese name, Tai Tianfuang. The investigation team also issued a wanted warrant for the whole special area with Alex Kwong, Abby Choi's ex-husband. This person is involved in the murder of Abby Choi. We are focusing all our efforts on arresting the last suspect, said Chung Naluan, director of the West Kowloon Criminal Department. In addition, Hong Kong authorities said that through interrogation, the father was initially identified as the mastermind of the plan to kill Abby Choi. He used to work as a police officer and took advantage of his profession to commit crimes. The kidnapping and murder case shocked Hong Kong. According to HK01, Abby Choi went missing on the afternoon of February 21. 3 days later, her body was found at a house in Longwei Village, Tai Po, Hong Kong. The killer split the victim's body into pieces and put it in the refrigerator. Police arrested members of Abby Choi's ex-husband's family including her parents and brother-in-law. Through investigation, the police said that the ex-husband's family had been plotting to kidnap and kill Abby Choi for a long time. In early February, the model's father-in-law rented a house in Longwei Village but did not live. On February 21, taking advantage of Abby Choi going out to pick up her children, her husband's brother, who is also a private driver, took the opportunity to use hard objects to knock the female model unconscious and take her to the crime scene. Police said the suspects confessed to carrying Abby Choi into the house. Here, the two sides argued for about an hour. The victim was then murdered with a knife and excrement. Abby Choi's husband's family was determined to have covered with tarpaulins, bought meat cutters, gloves, and other crime-fighting tools. To cover up the incident, they hid the victim's body in the refrigerator, even cooked the body piece. At the scene, the investigation team found the victim's bag, identification documents, and personal items. According to the investigative agency, they are still actively searching for the missing body pieces of Abby Choi. CCTV near the scene recorded a man carrying a large styrofoam box out and driving away during the time of the crime. Therefore, the police suspect that Abby Choi's body is also dumped somewhere other than the scene. Police said that during the testimony, Abby Choi's ex-husband's family repeatedly provided false information. The late model's husband lied to Abby Choi and asked to get off the bus in the middle of the road to distract the police investigation. While the mother said crookedly to justify the wrong behavior of her husband and 2 children. We fight fiercely with criminals to expose crimes. After dozens of hours of investigation, the case was also exposed to the light. Unfortunately, the victim did not save his life. We are committed to returning it. Currently, 3 suspects are detained on suspicion of murder and providing false statements. The investigation team is searching for the other person, Chung Naluan, director of West Kowloon Criminal Department said. The murder happened because of a money dispute. According to HK01, even though she has built a new home with the Crown Prince of Tamjae Yunnan Mixian, Abby Choi still takes care of her ex-husband's family. They are responsible for raising the model's 2 stepchildren. The news site said Abby Choi bought a luxury apartment for her father-in-law, hired her brother-in-law as a private driver and financially supported her unemployed husband for life. In 2022, Abby Choi had a dispute with her father-in-law. The female model intends to sell the apartment her ex-husband's family is living in despite being opposed. Under Hong Kong law, even though her father-in-law is the owner, Abby still has the right to sell the property because she is the one to buy it. According to HK01, Abby Choi and her current rich husband have been married since 2016, have 2 children but are not registered and financially independent. Therefore, the two female model children with her ex-husband will also inherit Abby Choi's property. If Abby Choi has an accident with her life, the people who are raising her two children will indirectly use the inheritance money. The conflict of money is the source of this tragic murder. The amount of dispute is about $12.7 million. What is infuriating is that the perpetrator's hand was too cruel, said a representative of West Kowloon Police. According to An, the family of four of her ex-husband Abby Choi, if convicted, will receive the highest penalty of life. Hong Kong law does not have the death penalty. In the case of good rehabilitation, they can have their sentences reduced and released from prison early. After Abby Choi passed away, Chris, her current husband, and Tam Jae Yunnan Mixian Group declined to comment. An reported that Abby Choi's family had offered a reward of $254,000 to track down her ex-husband. At noon on February 25, model Doris, Chinese name, Lam En Huok Jae, said she was willing to pay $127,000 to someone who provided accurate information to catch the last suspect in the murder of her best friend. Abby Choi is 28 years old, comes from a wealthy family. She is a model. Cole is famous in the fashion field in Hong Kong. Abby Choi is considered a rising star in showbiz in Hong Kong. The female model has repeatedly appeared on the cover of famous magazines, attended fashion weeks and events of leading luxury brands.